What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone Live. My name is Justin Sofro. If you're not familiar with me before, I appreciate you guys joining us today. I'm doing it a little bit earlier than usual, so I'll wait a little bit, let a few people hopefully filter in. I understand time difference is different, and then also I didn't plan it out long enough for you all to get enough update with us actually doing this. So I appreciate you guys that have shown up, and definitely anybody else that rewatches this on the rewatch. It's definitely a big help to our channel. Just wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit today, talk about the situation. Basically, I always use the word situation. I don't know why. Anyway, with basically Locatelli becoming a Juventus player, but also have a few other things that I wanted to bring up and wanted to get your all's opinion on for the most part. Anyway, but before we do anything, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. If you know anybody else, tell them about the channel. Hopefully they can join as well, especially if they're Juventus fans. Even if they're not, I'd like to hear other fan bases. I don't mind their jabs. I don't mind them coming at me a little bit. I like doing that a little bit. Anyway, what is up, Edgar? How you doing, Haneen? Appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Does everything sound okay today? I know yesterday a little bit quieter on the sound. I want to make sure the mic is also positioned properly where you can hear me speak. So if you don't mind, just let me know there in the comment section if everything sounds good. Anyway, first topic that I really have for us today that I want to talk about this afternoon. I guess afternoon for me. I should go by Juve time. Anyway, actually, before we get started with anything, let me announce this real quick in case you haven't heard before. Appreciate it. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you, Haneen, for letting me know. What's up, Superdog Bella? I'll read that in just a sec. Anyway, what I want to say is just an announcement in case you haven't heard, in case you haven't whatever. We haven't announced it. I tweeted it out. I don't know how many people are on Twitter or whatever have you. Anyway, we will be doing a live with Just Juve on Thursday. So Giuseppe will be joining us Thursday, and that'll be at 11 p.m. Juve time. Got to get on a course of saying that. So 11 p.m. Juve time. It'll be me. It'll be your two favorite bald bearded guys together, Giuseppe and myself, and we'll be chatting up about some preseason stuff. Obviously the Mercado and how that's gone, as well as some other topics that I wanted to bring up with him. Excited to have him on the show. Really appreciate his support. If you've been a part of this, you've seen him in the chat. He has definitely supported us early on. He's just a great guy. Yeah, who doesn't love Giuseppe anyway, so here's the deal. Locatelli is officially a Juventus player. Finally, I can move on. I can stop whining and being and moaning and complaining and all that you get from me for the last however long it's been that I've been doing this. But I'm excited. You saw the video. You saw Juventus, the media stuff. You saw his comments and everything that goes along with that as well. But anyway, so here's the deal. It looks like we have Juventus announced that Locatelli joins Juventus on a 2-year free loan, which is amazing that they were able to get that done. Can't we? Yes, exactly. No more next week stuff. I completely agree. I saw that in the chat pop up while I was doing this. Anyway, 2-year free loan, which is fantastic. It's amazing of what that means for the club, especially when you have Federico Chiesa, who the bill comes due next season. But it's an obligation to buy at 25 million euros plus 12.5 million euro bonus, making it about 37.5 million euros overall of a deal. It's a fantastic deal, really. And that's what I kind of want to get into. I have been harsh on Cherubini. I've been very harsh, and I feel like also maybe my shadow producer, who will hopefully come out of the shadows eventually, Leah, might be setting up the stream to come off like it's going to be negative or something like that. For the most part, it's not going to be negative. There are things that I'm going to be realistic, and I'm not going to pretend everything was perfect and everything was wonderful with the way it was handled. But I will say this. It was a great deal. In the end, it was a great deal for Juventus. It worked out favorably for, the financial situation, the ongoing situation going on financially because of the pandemic and all that goes along with those factors for how much, players cost. You still got them below 40 million euros, who I think, personally, myself, Julie, and people like that, believe that Manuel Locatelli is worth at least 40 million euros. I do. Anyway. So, going off of that, one of the topics, and then I have some other stuff I do want to talk about and bring up as well while I have you here. It is going to be, and just a warning, it's going to be probably a little bit of a shorter stream. I've got a lot going on today. I've got work, I've got kid I have to take care of and stuff like that. So I'll be out of here probably by around 3:30, maybe a little bit before that. Just a warning, guys. So I apologize if I don't go long like I do other times, but that's why we're here. Anyway, if you're new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me get back into the important part of what I'm saying. Anyway, so the question that was, I guess, prefaced to us, this I'm gonna say from Aaliyah, was should the new management get credit for the Locatelli deal? And here's my answer. Absolutely. Absolutely they deserve to get credit for getting this deal done. Arriva bene, Cherubini, got it done. It was a good deal. Beneficial for the club, but that doesn't mean they're clear and free of any kind of criticism. I think most people would agree that it went on, it did go on for too long. And I understand, well, there's two factors. There's the factor that it went on for a little bit too long, and then also when it comes to the fact that you're negotiating this, you had a big ace in the hole, which is just the fact that Locatelli was such a, he wanted Juventus. He wanted to go to Juventus. He didn't have any other, Milan, to go back to Milan or Inter or go to, Arsenal that was popped up or something like that. He didn't have any other, wishes to go anywhere else. So that was such a positive for Arriva Bene and for Cherubini that, yeah, you could let this drag out this long. Problem with that to me is I harp on it and I harp on it and I harp on it. I want to see him, get him into the training. I'm guessing he'll start training tomorrow is my guess. Again, cannot afford to lose any points. Can't afford to drop any points early on in the season, and that's the one thing that I worry about. Eating American pancakes. Sorry, I'll get back into the chat here in a sec. But I do want to say that was one of the things that I do worry about is the situation of how that'll play out long term. Going with because you let it sit there for a little bit longer than it needed to, maybe, and maybe I would love to have seen Locatelli already playing in some preseason matches to really get comfortable with his teammates. Yes, he, like I said, I guess now it's the you can say Fantastic Five or whatever. You got he has experience playing with Chiesa, Bonucci, Chiellini, Bernardeschi, and then himself. And there's him. But those Italian players, yeah, he has history there. But the other guys he doesn't know as well, even, Ronaldo, which is a big factor in this. All the Ronaldo stuff, what's the word I want to use? I guess drama. I guess drama is proper to use spectacle around Ronaldo. There's all that's been going on with it. But the main reason that I bring it up is just saying, I would love to see him be able. I wish he would have been able to have a little bit more time before the season started to work on that chemistry, especially even with Ronaldo. Like I said, Ronaldo, one of the big pieces that I feel like a lot of us feel like he's been missing was somebody to create for him, somebody who's a creative mid. The midfield has been lacking a lot of substance. You finally have a player of significant substance. Would love to see them to have been able to work on that chemistry already. Anyway. Those are my thoughts when it really comes to that. I think, yes, they get credit, but at the same... And it is a fantastic deal. It was a good deal. And I understand why I think Giuseppe was telling people the last few days, or maybe it's been longer than that, but he's been harping on that they were going to get a good deal. And he was right. He was right. They were getting a good deal. But, again, there's me, the impatient American, whatever have you. And I just want to have... you want to have it. I don't want to use the stupid "have your cake and eat it too" thing, but in this circumstance, you need to. He need to be eating in practice with these other guys. Let me jump into this. What's up, Roberto? What's up, Mohammed is back. Oh no, Mohammed, don't get in trouble today. What's up, Edgar? What's up, Suleiman? Am I saying that right? That's an awesome name. What's up, Edgar? What's up, Mirko? PTSF. Tariro, what's up, my man? What's up, Nikh? Is it Nikel or Nico? Or is it how I pronounce it? What's up, Superdog Bella? What is up, everybody? I want to jump into these. So that's part of what I wanted to talk about. So if you were to give so you guys in the chat, tell me right now, what would you give a rating, say out of 10? Yeah, we'll do out of 10, like we do player ratings, that's fine. What rating would you give the management for the deal they got done with Manuel Locatelli overall? So what's your overall rating that you would give them? In the meantime, I'm going to run through some of these chats. You all please leave that in a 1 to 10 scale, whatever you think that they deserve for this Mercado in the comments or chat below. I'm still getting used to that. Anyway, So let me read through that, and then there is something else I wanted to bring up while I was on here. Edgar says, I see Locatelli later being used as a mezzala due to goal threat for midfield he provides. Pjanic can be a cheap regista. Yeah. I think there was a lot of talk that he was going to be used in that mezzala role for the club. And then Pjanic, that's a topic. That's one of the topics I want to bring up here in just a second. And that is something that interests me a bit, may not interest you. Well, you don't interest me as it interests me. I said, what's up, Panine, earlier. Appreciate you guys. Okay. Superdog Bella said, as much of the critics Cherubini got, he deserves a whole lot of credit due to the current financial strain, especially in Italy. He got the deal done, and it's a good deal because Juve got Locatelli. Absolutely. And that's I want to go into. I keep saying that, and I don't want to accidentally put it off and then forget about it. But I do want to go into Aliyah, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier, about just honestly the amount of, I think people didn't really understand enough. I had this feeling, and I don't want to be like I was the guy who knew it, but I had this feeling because I know well, especially here locally, different teams, different sport, all that. But when it's a family, like dynasty kind of thing, when it's a family who is a big fan of this team, of whatever team you have, and you love it and you care for it, say my father or whoever, say something like that was the situation, then I would have that as well. My stepdad is a big fan of U of L of Louisville. He helped me raise me to be a Louisville fan. It means something different when you have those experiences with your dad growing up and all that. So I had a feeling that Locatelli, we know he wants Juventus. We know his brother's a big fan. I'm pretty sure I knew his dad was a big fan as well. Why wouldn't he be a big fan? Why wouldn't he love this? And if he has that kind of passion, that also leads to my idea of him and Chiesa, two players that wanted Juve, who love Juve. You see the passion that they're going to bring to the club. That excites me. I think that duo could be big going forward. Did that sound really cheesy the way I delivered that? Anyway, it sounded that way to me. Nico said, smart signing, seeing financial situation. Absolutely did work out well. Juan, I guess I didn't see that. Should have said hi, Juan. Hi, how you doing, my guy? Best part of the deal, other than it's amazing by itself, is that it's got everyone in Serie A worked up over nothing. Masterstroke. Absolutely. I think that always happens. I'm pretty sure, especially me, us as the fans, we're going to get worked up regardless. But then, yeah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Inter fans. You're talking about Milan fans who are saying that, Inter or Juve could only get this deal done. Juve could only do this to Sassuolo. What do they have on Sassuolo? Whatever it is. I mean, were you not following this whole situation while we were going along with this? And when I say you, I mean Inter and their fans, not you, obviously, Juan. But definitely them getting all frustrated and bent out of shape, saying that Juventus is shafting Sassuolo or whatever have you. It's like, no, the reason it worked out was because Locatelli had his heart set on Juventus. It wasn't just yes, Juventus used that to their benefit, but it wasn't just a situation where, Sassuolo for some reason just bent the knee to Juventus because Juventus is Juventus, Let's see. Yes. And like I said, if you weren't here when we first started the show, I did announce, and I'll mention it a few more times before we wrap it up later in the show. But Jesus Juve, my boy, or my guy, the GOAT, if you will, of doing what I'm doing here. He's the GOAT when it comes to Juventus. He will be joining the channel tomorrow for the live, and that will be at 11 p.m. Juve time. So make sure you tune in. He and I will, we're going to hang out, enjoy talking about the upcoming season, some other topics. We'll let you actually honestly know he's got a big channel now, so it's hard for him to go through because that chat's just flying by, and trying to pick through every little thing. So make sure you're here. That way you can get some of the questions maybe you want to ask him or, topics you want to bring up. You can throw that in there, definitely, and I'll try to make sure it gets read, definitely. If you want to send a super chat, feel free to do that too, for him. Anyway, and that will be Thursday, August 19th, 11 p.m. Juve time. Superdog Bella said, Locatelli, a 2-year free loan. Excellent. Cherubini, 35 mil. Yep. Mirko, what's up? After lunch is nice talk about Juve. If not, it's nap time. Absolutely, Mirko. That's what, actually, literally, my wife got back here. I've been working all this morning or whatever with our lunch, so I just scarfed that down as quickly as I could so I could jump on here so I'd have time. Otherwise, we were going to be able to do it today. Yes, we have the exclusive Giuseppe Bognani is joining us. That's what I should sell it that way. Luckily, he's just such a good guy, such a nice guy that he's willing to join us, before the season started. Yeah, so that's what you said earlier. No more next week. No more next week. No more none of that. Carnevale fought for 2 months, only to give a free loan for 2 years. Yeah, that was a bit of Carnevale also just sticking it to Juve for a bit, being like, you're not, it is one way for them to end up not hurting the club, if you know what I mean, but like not giving Juventus the bonus that they would have had of having him in training, or whatever you want to call it, practice training. We call it practice here, but in training with the club, working on that chemistry, working whatever. I can repeat myself over and over and over again, but you know what I'm talking about when I say that. So definitely that was one way to maybe not give Juventus all the benefits. And then I think my thing might be there we go. Suleiman said, deal structure for Locatelli is worth the wait. Seeing the financial situation, it's absolutely a masterstroke. Yeah, masterclass, whatever you want to call it. They did a great job. Let's get into, did you all throw in any of those ratings? We got, here we go. We got what's up? Julian's hanging out in here. Like I said, it's his wedding week. He's out for this week, but hopefully he'll be back next week. He said Locatelli wanted to come here. It was a layup. Absolutely. Let's see. I'm going to look for some of these ratings. I think people were commenting and then they're flooding in a little bit in there. Oh, Mohammed. Yeah, I just said that. Sorry. You were probably a little bit late, but you will see us together tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11 p.m., he will be joining me on this channel. So you'll get the two bald guys with beards will be that are big Juventus fans. You'll be getting both of us together tomorrow, 11 p.m. Make sure you hang out with that. Okay, where are the numbers? I saw a few of them. Roberto, I appreciate it. Thank you for saying that. I'm working on getting better at what I'm doing. Still new at this. It's a muscle that I'm working on. And also, I can't believe I'm still able to talk after 2.5 hours yesterday. My voice was dead. So I'm glad I'm able to talk today. What's up, McKinney? Roberto gives him an 8. I think somewhere, I'm trying to think what my number is. So I'm going to read through some of yours before I come on my final number. But there's definitely something to be said for that deal. Mirko also gives them an 8. Let's see. Suleiman gives them an 8.5. Let's see. Nico says 6 for signing late, but +1 for financial thing, so 7. I think that's obviously probably fair. That's probably a fair. I was trying to think, how much do I credit them, because there is a big credit for getting Locatelli, and then also do I add in the number that I would use for the player rating of what Locatelli is? I think Marco of IFTV yesterday was in the chat. If you didn't see, and he asked me what I rated out of 10 the signing of Locatelli, and I think I gave it did I give it an 8.5 or did I give it an 8? I can't remember what I gave exactly. I'll have to remember, but it was something like an 8 or 8.5. One way or the other, I went up a half because of basically just because of all the background stuff that they ended up getting done and working out such a beneficial financial deal in the end. But yeah, so if I say, I'm gonna say the player, let's just say it at 8, because I don't remember if it was 8.5 or not. So myself, I'm gonna go 8, but then okay, see, here's where I'm throwing myself off, because I'm like, I got to dock a half a point because of how long it took. So we come down to a 7.5, but then the money issue. So I guess I guess an 8 is probably where I'd put him at, because I'm thinking about the player itself. Oh no, wait, no, the financial part was part of that. 7.5. 7.5 is what I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna be harsh. You can't just give great numbers to everybody. You can't give great scores to everybody just because you're also riding a high. You know what I'm saying? Superdog Bella said, due to the pandy and circumstances, I'll give Cherubini a 9.5. That is very, very generous. When I say generous, I don't mean it's that he doesn't deserve it. What I mean is a 9.5 is a lot. But that's fair. That is your point to give. Edgar, for Locatelli, a 10 out of 10. But for overall transfer window, a 5 out of 10. So I'm going to take the, I'm going to do the average of those two and say that you give him a 7.5. Do you think that's fair, Edgar? Let me know below. Let's see. Adnan said, shut up, man. This is about many things. Cherubini has a history. Adnan, what are you talking about? Let me know what you're saying in here. Bianconeri, so Leah says that Julian is a hater. So here we go. Who's saying to shut up, man? So let me know. Are you talking about me or are you talking about somebody else? Let me know, Adnan, because that's fine if you told me to shut up. That's okay, too. Grande Beppe, yes, we are very excited about having Beppe. Yes, we are living La Vida Loca. All right, here's some more ratings before I move on to the next topic that I want to bring up. 8 for the contract, but the factors going for us, a player refusing other teams, and Sassuolo already replaced him in the end, so their hands were a little tied. Absolutely. That is something that I want to give them a lot of I do want to praise them. I was harsh for a long time. I was frustrated. You saw it. I'm just a fan. That's who I am. So I'm gonna be harsh and I'm gonna tell my feelings and say how I feel. Especially because I feel like that makes better for this. You don't want to just see me be boring and just be like that's the situation and not give my. I mean, if you maybe you don't want my opinions, you let me know. But that's the way I feel. You are not just in. Oh no! Did you have the new emojis? Oh no! Oh no, he's got the emojis. Oh, you were dead to me. I forgot he put the emojis. And then there's Janotti's emoji. Yeah, he made those yesterday's. That's embarrassing. Anyway, I'll make yours later. Anyway, overall score a 9.0 from Alexander. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't say it. Just because Loca should have been signed a little bit sooner, especially that he only wanted Juve. If Dybala signs a new contract, 9.5. If we sell necessary players, 10. Are you saying that's your overall Mercado score, or are you saying just on the Locatelli deal? Does that make sense? I mean, I know you said 9 just because Locatelli, but I still think that's kind of generous, to be honest. I feel like there's other things you could have done, and I have a hard time giving a 9, but that's your score, so that's fair. Alameen, hello sir, how are you? I'm doing well. How about you, Alameen? I'm doing much better now that we have our player. We've got our man for the future, Manuel Locatelli, so we're good. And yes, Edgar, tomorrow's stuff with Jesus Juve will be midnight East African time. Won't make it. Did you see how many how you got many people watching, and you changed live session time a day or two back? Edgar, the reason we did that, well, the one we did yesterday, the live session was early because I said I was going to go live as soon as the news dropped. I maybe was about 15, 20 minutes late, but I did go live as soon as the news dropped. And I know there's such a heavy, fan base of Juventus fans that are living out in, Indonesia and India. And is that the same or is that different? I apologize. Actually, it's different. I know it's different. I don't know why I said that. In that area of the world, Africa, whatever have you. The reason that I can't really do much earlier at this point right now is really just because I have a day job. I've got to be able to pay to keep this running, to keep the lights on, to keep this microphone working. I have a day job. This doesn't pay the bills, so it's more for fun. And then Giuseppe actually set the time at 11 p.m., which is 15 minutes different than what I normally do anyway. But it's because he's got a busy day. He works. He does his channel. He's got obviously the Juventus Twitch and all that stuff that he does. He's a very busy guy. So he tells me, and then I do it, if that makes sense. So, for now, that's unfortunately why. But please go back and rewatch it on the rewatch. I'm sorry that it's a difficult time for you guys. We will try to do different times, though. I have talked with Julian about doing different times and doing some later in the day or early or like late at night or early morning stuff. We'll see if we can figure out going on in the future, and especially once Aaliyah joins us and our team's pretty full, then we'll be able to do different times and manage it that way. I'm just one man trying to run it and keep the ship afloat for this week at least. And unfortunately, it's a big week. It was the biggest week probably that we've had in a while, and here we are. Anyway, I want to get in. Thank you, Roberto, and I appreciate the kind words for sure. Edgar said, tell Julian to stay away from shooting videos during his honeymoon. His bride will have a cow. Don't rule out a goat and a chicken, too. That's fair. That's a very good point. I told him Julian is off now. He is done. He came in yesterday for the end of our live doing that, but now he's done until after he's a married man. Then we can get back at this. McKinney threw a 7. I think a 7's fair. I think 7, 7.5, 8. I think that's all a good range myself. Okay, Mohammed, I'll throw it up there. You said 4 out of 10. Mohammed's not happy about Cherubini. I was frustrated, but, I mean, it's his first time. Let's see what he does going forward. There was some stuff that was not the best look. I'll be honest. I didn't feel like it was a good look going at the very beginning, but in the end, he got it done. He got our guy, and he got it on a very good beneficial deal for Juventus. Okay, what's up, Rudiman? Did I say that right? I apologize if I didn't. Appreciate it, man. Love to you too, man. What else do we got? And thank you, I appreciate it. We're trying. It's harder than it looks for the most part, trying to do it, but at the same time, I appreciate all your support. Makes it so much easier, especially your chats and all that stuff. Okay. Now I want to get into another topic of what I wanted to bring up. I don't really have a graphic for this one, but this is something that's kind of popped up throughout the day when it comes to Juventus. So here's my thought or ideas that I want your all's opinions on and your feedback on. So we signed Manuel Locatelli yesterday, or today I guess he signed, but you know what I mean. The news dropped yesterday. Does that, and this is for all intents and purposes, I took that to be, this is the end of the Mercado. The Mercado's, it's finished. Manuel Locatelli, Kyle George, and then the only way that anything changes right now, in my opinion, would be if Aaron Ramsey left and then Pjanic can come in. Now a lot of the reports are saying, and I also, it was in the live video today as well, or not live video, sorry, the news video earlier today, where basically there was talks of Pjanic could be going to Inter. If Juventus isn't an option for Pjanic, he wants to go back to Italy, Inter is an option for Pjanic. What do you all think about that? Do you all have the same negative feelings that you did when Arturo Vidal went to Inter? Is that something that people are angry about? Is that something people will get worked up about? Whatever have you? Or is it a different set of circumstances because of the player's career or whatever have you? It's not, like I think I used the Chiellini analogy. It's not him going to play for there or whatever have you. Also, does that mean, so are we sure that this is the end of the Mercado? Say, okay, there's the Ronaldo situation. There is a situation of Cristiano Ronaldo. If he leaves, that's still on the table. They're saying he's staying, and that's the latest report we mentioned in the news today. But what if he were to go? What do you do in that circumstance, especially right now? And this is where I'm trying to go with this idea and this thought. So ride with me, stick with me on this. I'm concerned. What other option would be your next? Who you'd be looking at? There are a few options out there. The number one name in my book, which would not be, it wasn't a plan to ever happen this Mercado, and it doesn't look like it, and it won't happen this Mercado, would be an option for next season. But also I'm afraid Juventus might get taken out of this pretty quickly, and that is of our guy, Dusan Vlahovic. Vlahovic, his situation now seems to be more and more guys, more and more teams are pursuing him. We have, the rumors, there's a rumor today, it's just a rumor, nothing substantiated or whatever you want to have, about Man City potentially getting in on that deal. We've had Tottenham, we've had who else? Inter rumors, stuff like that. We've had a few teams that are going after him, that are going after Vlahovic. Is there somebody that I'm forgetting? Let me know if I think there's somebody else. Was it Real? No. Who was it? Who's the other team that I'm forgetting that was interested in him? Let me know. Anyway. Oh, Atletico Madrid. How do I keep forgetting Atletico Madrid? Anyway. That could be off the table. Then where do you go from here? Because next year, that's going to be a serious topic. Who are you going to bring in next season when it comes to getting a new striker, especially with Ronaldo? More than likely, nothing set in stone, but more than likely departing the club and leaving for good. That's one of my thoughts. Let me see. What do you say about the situation with Ramsey, with Pjanic? If you think he'll come or whatever. Let's see. Do you think let's see. Different Mohammed asks, do you think we're missing another player besides Locatelli? I think for long-term substantial success for the club, I think yes. And what I mean for that, it's like if you want to win a Champions League or something like that, yes, you are missing another player. You probably need another solid midfielder. Yes, before Torreira or whoever says, yes, you need a left back down the road, something like that. And then also, like I said, next year, you're going to need a replacement for Ronaldo. Unfortunately, I don't think it's happening this year. I think this is the team that you've got, and I'm okay with it now. We got Locatelli, and I'm okay with it. And again, and I said it before too, when it comes to Pjanic and the situation with Pjanic, I have bitten the knee effectively. I am okay with the situation when it comes to Pjanic. If he were to come into Juventus, Allegri can have his toy. I got Locatelli. We're Gucci. Is that a musty thing to say now? Anyway, Roberto, we would need another midfielder. Locatelli will definitely help, one more for sure. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it. We're dedicated. As long as I can, I'll be doing this every single day. Hopefully, though, I will say maybe when Aaliyah and Julian are all back and we're at full steam, I might take a day break or something like that every once in a while, so that way I can recharge a bit. Dax, hello, just I'm at the gym at the moment. I'll be back later. Appreciate it, Dax. I know you can always rely on you. Okay, there's one. Pjanic said shouldn't go to Inter. He shouldn't, and there's different thoughts I know when it comes to Pjanic. Pjanic murder. Yeah, I guess he would be if he went to Inter. You have to say that. And I agree. I think a lot of people wouldn't want to see any Juventus players, serious Juventus players, go to I was about to say Merida, but go to Inter afterward. But I don't know. I don't know. And then Muhammad also says, different Muhammad, boy Muhammad Shakil, who seems to be, hopefully he's chilled in the chat today, says, wish him best of luck at Inter. So yeah, let's see. I think, and then is it Stafrace or is it Starphrase? Says, can Inter even afford his wages right now? I think he dropped his wages enough. I mean, he was going to drop them for Juventus. I think he's passionate about getting back to Italy. I think he's more passionate about just getting out of Barcelona for the most part. So I feel like he maybe come down for suitable wages. And plus, Inter, I don't know, I feel like when they just made some pretty big sales, some of that money could probably be used for that. I don't know their financial situation. I'm not going to pretend like I do. Also, hey, so I thought let me go ahead and repeat it again. If you just joined us again, just to let you know, we're doing a live tomorrow at 5 p.m. my time, but at Juve time, it's 11 p.m. Just Juve, Giuseppe Bognani will be joining us on the channel. Make sure you come hang out with us, get your questions in, whatever have you. We're gonna have a good time. Just like I said, getting ready for the upcoming season. Let me take a drink real quick. All right. Okay. Let's see. Got that. Okay, Edgar says, I will be happy if Pjanic went to Inter, as I want a strong Serie A. I get happy when a rival strengthen higher quality league to watch. I do like when the league's better. Do I like it when Inter's better? No, they could be in relegation every year and I'd be happy for it. But I definitely understand what you mean overall. You want Serie A to have them. That's a big thing of what I talked about, of like Serie A has definitely gotten better overall. So it's not just one player. And I want to also address that because I think a couple people, or no, it was like one or two guys said this to me before, but they were basically saying Ronaldo is bigger than Juventus. You can get the hell out of here with that. Ronaldo is not bigger than Juventus. Ronaldo doesn't have the history of Juventus. Yes, he's a great player. Yes, he is what people would say the GOAT. But no one player is bigger than Juventus. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, that made Scudetti say you're incorrect. I'm not going to go too much into that, but it's just stupid. Fix was saying, if he goes, so if Ronaldo leaves, then Scamacca or Icardi on loan. Yeah, I guess if you don't have Vlahovic option, I know Scamacca is, I guess, the replacement that Fiorentina is looking at for Vlahovic. I was kind of hoping in January. I know Julian disagrees with me. Aaliyah probably agrees with me too. Everybody kind of disagrees with me for the most part. But anyway, they kind of disagree on the Scamacca thing. I think Scamacca has potential to develop and to continue growing. I wouldn't have hated having him as another option in the future. Torrio says, I think we will get a left back and another midfielder in January, but for this Mercado, it'll be Pjanic, Locatelli, and Caio Jorge. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. I think Pjanic could be the option. If not, this is it. And I'm good with this. I am content with what we have and what we got here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Don't let Julian do this to you, Alexander. Don't let him sell you this bill of goods. Actually, let him do it. He's going to, whatever it is. But he said, don't know, but I'm optimistic about signing Haaland next season. We were chasing him before he left to Dortmund. I don't know. I just feel like there's so much competition there. Maybe you have a little bit more funds once Ronaldo's out. Also, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, like the video. We want to have you all join our community, too. Anyway, we were chasing him before he left Dortmund. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Dude, when I got too invested, I did this with Locatelli. I was way too invested with Locatelli right now. I'm starting to do it with Vlahovic, and I can see that's going to lead to heartbreak. So I don't want to get too invested in anybody at this moment. And Julian also thinks Haaland is joining next season. Yes, yeah, he should raise his wages for Inter. Absolutely, if he's gonna go, raise those wages. Yes, thank you. Unfortunately, the emoji doesn't show up on here, but yeah, there's my emoji in the chat. You can see it if you do it. I did not approve it, but he did it anyway. He kind of has control of what we're doing. Okay, Edgar, I think that when Archer gets fed, he'll be a mainstay at Juve midfield alongside Locatelli. He is. I think he could be solid going forward. My main thing is that I wonder when it comes to Archer he's always like a pace or two slower than everybody else, and he is injury prone. That's the one thing I really worry about going forward. And he's a little bit slower of a player, but hopefully it works out. Yes, no player is bigger than Juventus. Kiss it. Okay. Shirath asked, "What do you think, or who do you think is going to be a top 4 contender for Serie A this season. Okay. We're going to have, and then, sorry, ours are going to be a little bit late, and I apologize for it. We're going to have our Serie A, predictions video coming up soon. We're waiting for Julian to get back, so it'll probably actually be, after the first whatever round of play that's gone by. So, but I don't think we're playing too far behind by doing that. When Julian gets back from his wedding stuff, we will record that, and I think Alejandro will also join us. So we'll have all 3 of us, and we'll talk about our predictions for who will be doing that. But my top 4 right now, I don't like to put a lot of pressure when I say that. I like to have an out, especially after last season when it comes to Juventus. But I would put Juventus. They're definitely in the top 4. They should be in top 4 every year. I think Juventus should be the favorites to win it right now, just given the circumstances that will happen. I want to put Atalanta in there. I even want to put Milan in there. I think Milan's going to be solid. They added some good, they were able to actually purchase quite a bit this summer. And yeah, they lost, I'm terrible at saying his name. Hakan, is it Chanatologu? Anyway, I'm not even going to try it. I don't know why I tried to say it, but you know who I'm talking about, the Turkish player. They lost him, and then also, okay, so I have those 3, Milan, Juve, Atalanta. 4th one, let's see. Let me throw a bone. Do I want to include Inter in there? Inter lost a lot. And do I just want to be spiteful? I'm going to put Inter in there, mainly just to say, because I'm going to put... But that's the same thing as what we ended up with, right? That's kind of boring. But I'm going to put that in there just to put pressure on Inter, saying that they should succeed and they have to succeed. I guess overall, though, how is Maurizio Sarri going to do with Lazio? I feel like he's going to need a little bit of time to build them up. Napoli is a train wreck. So we'll see. Are they getting Palmieri? Is that happening? Anyway, I think I feel more solid with those 4 that I mentioned first than I do anybody else trying to put them in there. Did I forget somebody? Let me know if you feel that way as well. Edgar said, see how Real Madrid were panicking because Messi was leaving Barca, thus it would impact Real Madrid balance sheet as a league and would have less sex appeal. I hope Inter and Milan get good players. Yeah, that's a fair point. That is a fair point to say. You want to make sure that, it's competitive so that way it makes you look good, more people are watching, more tickets, all that stuff. Yeah, it does play into it. Nico says, if you have connection with Sandro, please tell him to cross in the box or else just don't go up front every single time and come back. If he crosses, we can increase chances of scoring goals. Yeah, we'll find somebody who's definitely connected with Alexandro and tell him that, for sure. That's hilarious, though. Suleiman says, I'll be fine if Pjanic goes to any Italian team other than Inter. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are saying it should be a big no to Inter, and even him as a player, it should be a big no to him. But I guess if you're Pjanic, that's your life raft. That's your way out, and that's where you feel most comfortable with going there. So I don't want to cut him slack for it, but does that make sense what I'm saying though? Like I don't want to also just say I'm not going to hate on him as much, mainly because I just didn't have that love for Pjanic that maybe some other people did. He was fine. Cute kid, all that stuff, but I didn't have that love and whatever for Pjanic where I'm not gonna be brokenhearted, if that makes sense. Mohammed says Haaland's wages would be same as Ronaldo, above 30 mil. Juve already cry. How would they afford that? I don't know. That's not my job. I don't know, but it's more of an option than it was when Ronaldo's here, at least. Let's see. Roberto said players retire, clubs don't. The team is always bigger. Yep, absolutely. Completely agree with you there. What else we got here, guys? Okay, here we go. PM said Juventus, Inter, Milan, Roma. I forgot about Roma. Oh, I did forget about Roma. I just don't know if he's going to be able to make a jump. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a jump, but you know what I mean? Like, first season in. Is Zaniolo going to be healthy? Then maybe I would slide Roma in there. Maybe I would take Inter out. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I would probably slide. I would maybe slide Roma in. I'm leaning towards sliding Roma in now that you brought that up. I'm probably going to be wrong though. Let's see. Suleiman said, I think Juve, Atalanta, Inter, Milan. Yeah, I agree with that one. That one makes a lot of sense. Riediman says Juve will win Serie A. I don't want to build it up a lot and then, we could have growing pains. Even with Allegri back, could have some serious growing pains. So I don't want to set it up just for me to have to crush him later. But I do feel more and more confident as the season is about to begin. Let's see. Torino said Sandro should play like he is wearing a Juve shirt, not a Benevento shirt, because we expect him to attack, not to defend. We're a Juve. We don't fight for draws. If we can't be an all-rounder, he should go. That's fair. I mean, it's fair to feel that way. Alexander says, good night, guys. See you tomorrow. Appreciate you joining us, Alexander. Again, let me say it again before I get... Actually, I'm going to have to wrap it up here in just a little bit anyway. Appreciate you guys. Just want to have a small hangout with you guys. Make sure I at least did a live every day because that's our important thing. We want to do a Monday through Friday as often as we can, especially when there is big news. Right now, it's just a slight lull right now because we got our man, and then, but Sunday's going to be coming quick, and then we're going to be right back at it, and it's going to be, we're going to be... I'm sorry, my mind already went to something inappropriate that I was going to say, but I meant we're going to be hitting it hard. That's what I was going to say. Anyway, but appreciate you guys for tuning in for sure. But, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry, I completely forgot what I was going to say. You guys, if you all, like I said, if you haven't been on the channel, if you haven't joined yet, tomorrow, Giuseppe Bognani, Jesus Juve, we'll be here, 11 p.m. Juve time. Make sure you tuned in. Make sure you have that bell icon hit so that way you know as soon as we go live. But plan for it. It'll be 5 p.m. tomorrow. Let's see, Stafrace. I'm going to say Stafrace, just in case. They have Juve, Atalanta, Milan, Roma, Lazio, and then Merda. I like that. Yeah, I like that one. I could actually see that playing out for sure. Lazio is one that I still don't know. I don't know about Lazio. You're getting a new coach. It is Maurizio Sarri. I am interested to see how that goes about. Edgar, have you guys seen the chemistry between Dybala and Chiesa? Romeo and Juliet are green with envy. In Atalanta game, did you see the headed pass Dybala gave on a rushing? Gave on a rushing. Oh, the headed pass Dybala gave on. I guess you meant on a rushing Chiesa. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was yes, of course I saw that. Of course we saw it. It was beautiful. I'm excited about that hookup. I'm excited, and that's something I really, really want to see a lot more of this coming season. Is I want to see more Dybala. I want to see a healthy Dybala. Obviously, I want him to stay healthy and be healthy, but I want to see a lot more of him, and I want to see what he and Chiesa could do because there is something to be said. Again, not trying to dive into any kind of like anti-Ronaldo or anti-whatever you want to have it speech. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I am interested to see the chemistry of the other players and how they work with each other and how they do and how they will succeed going forward with the club, especially with Dybala back, Chiesa, Morata. Even Morata, I think Morata gets a lot of hate that's probably a little bit undeserved for the most part. What's up, Dario? Appreciate you tuning in. Shiraz says, let's wait for Saturday to get overall idea who's going to be in the race for City. That's fair, but that's what we do here, my guy. That's what we do. We're going to speculate and we're going to talk crap because this is all we do. All we have is time and voices to talk about what we think might happen, and then what probably will not happen, All right. Torino put his in. Juve, Atalanta, Inter, Milan, Lazio, Roma, Napoli. I like Napoli farther down. There you go. that's just me personally. Nikhil, Pepe, I'm new to this channel. I'm from India. Appreciate it. That's awesome. I love hearing. We have a lot of India followers. We appreciate all your guys' support for sure. Just to clarify, I'm not Pepe. I am Justin Sofro. I may look a little bit like him. Giuseppe Pepe is actually Jesus Juve. He will be joining us tomorrow. I'm sure you know his channel. If you're here, you more than likely know him and you know his channel. But Giuseppe Bognani, Beppe, will be on here tomorrow, and we're excited to have him. He's a great guy. But I can see how people maybe could see the resemblance a little bit. I'm a little bit bigger than him, but yes. Ridimon says Sandro is good in defending, but he improves his crosses. If Dybala will start, we never see any crosses from both sides. If Morata start, we can see some crosses. So yeah, I could see that for sure. Morata definitely does. Are you saying? Oh yeah, wait. Are you saying Sandro will do better with his crosses for Morata, but not for Dybala? Are you getting at that? Or are you talking about these? Are these three separate different topics? Does that make sense? Let me know. Let's see. Sharath, yes, Sharath is also from India. See, it's awesome. It's crazy how many people. So cool seeing and Abi. Of course, I remember you, Abi. Dude, I remember most of these names. Like, I feel like some people, I mean, obviously, we don't have huge chats. Like, right now, it's a really small chat, and I love it. I enjoy this more intimate chat, you know, people you recognize. But even for the most part, even with our big one we had yesterday, where we had like 70-something people, which is not big for a lot of channels, but it's big for us. We're just starting out. We're getting our footing, getting new, and I appreciate all your support. But I remember almost every single name when it pops up. I'll remember, unless you change your name and change your picture and stuff like that, I'll more than likely remember you from before. Rudiman also is from India. That's awesome. It's cool. It's just cool to see all the support from India. We appreciate that. Okay. Michael says, okay, this is his lineup. Szczesny, Cuadrado, De Ligt, Bonucci, Sandro, McKennie, Locatelli, Rabiot, Chiesa, Dybala, Ronaldo. Tell me something real quick. Because I saw people saying that. I thought, is Rabiot healthy now? Because I haven't seen the update. Maybe I've been sleepy on it. Maybe I've just been so focused and so ingrained on the Mercado that I missed this. But is Rabiot, is he okay? Is he good to go? Is he healthy now? Or is he still injured? Because that's what I saw for the longest time, was that he was injured. Somebody fill me in and let me know. Because yes, I would include Rabiot in that midfield. Or maybe you just mean the midfield for the season. But yeah, I would definitely include that. I actually really enjoy this lineup that you have right here. And that's kind of what I was leaning toward for the starting lineup as well. Oh, confirmed. Okay, is it confirmed? Anyway, Edgar, Morata is not a lead striker. He's a foil striker. If you play him alongside a lead striker, he can excel. He falters when he's leading the line because it's not his position as Tevez foil. He excelled. Absolutely. I agree with that statement. I do think that's true. And again, I like what I see from Morata. I think he's a solid striker. He gets a lot of hate, especially from his own country, but I don't think he deserves it for the most part. Let's see, Cristiano, I appreciate you taking time from working out and family time right now to let me know. He said, bro, let's be true. How can Sassuolo give us 2 years free loan? Please discuss how. Because Juventus, I don't know. I don't know how they fleeced that deal. Somehow they fleeced it, and somehow they got, I swore they were going to have to bend. Maybe it's because Juventus went up and the total amount looks like it's 37.5. So maybe they give him a couple million extra on the bonus. This is me speculating. I don't know this. That'll be a good question to ask Giuseppe tomorrow, because he's a little bit more in tune with that than I am. So make sure you throw that into the comment section down below. I'm just plugging away here, aren't I? Anyway, just make sure you ask that question tomorrow, because I am interested to know how they're able to do that, how they were able to get away. Because all of us, I think every single one of us, when we read that line, were almost in a state of shock, would you say? Because I was not expecting that to be the case at all, for them to be able to get that kind of deal. 2 years without even paying a dime. It's fantastic. But yeah, that is amazing. Definitely throw that in the chat tomorrow, and hopefully he'll throw that on there. And hopefully he'll have a good answer for us. Truro says, I don't think Inter will flop because Lukaku and Hakimi left. Dzeko and Kanaglu, oh yeah, that's the name I can't say, are not new to Serie A, and Dumfries is like Hakimi. We saw it. Okay, that's a good point. That is a good point. Maybe they will be better than maybe I'm just hoping. Maybe I'm just hoping that they'll falter pretty heavily. Dybala will be fired, no longer in the shadows. Morata and even Berna will also be energized with Luka joining the squad. A-team, absolutely. Coutinho offered Messi's number 10. Oh dear. Oh, I'm sure that's going to go over swimmingly over there. We'll see what they say. Roberto said nothing serious for Rabiot. Oh, that's good to hear. See, I heard the initial thing, and I guess nobody really made a big deal of it in the news, so maybe that should have been my hint. Nikhil, I actually don't know meaning of Pepe. I thought it was an Italian word used like starting conversation with an elderly guy. No. Just so you know. Okay, maybe that's why. I think a few people have done that. No, Beppe is actually just a term of endearment for Giuseppe. It's a short way of saying Giuseppe. So a lot of people say there's Giuseppe Marotta, who was at Inter, was Juventus's. Anyway, it's Beppe. Beppe is just a short for Giuseppe. So it's not a term. It's a term of endearment for people named Giuseppe. But that's hilarious. I appreciate it though. And then Abi says, yeah, we enjoy your streams. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Jesus Juve, Bianconeri Zone, all Juve cast. Yep, I'll definitely endorse all three of those. So I appreciate it. Hey, I'm only getting better. I'm learning how to do this. I never thought I was one for really talking much at all. Still don't think I'm good at it, but we'll see how this goes. James, Justin, use your power, bro. Can you please get rid of Ronaldo? Although a great player, but not fit for Juve. I think here's the thing. I think Ronaldo is fit for Juve. I think he's fit for anybody. I understand what you're saying, but I think overall Ronaldo's issues lie deeper in a few things. There's a few things that I want to see from Ronaldo, his lack of leadership, whatever have you. But I don't think the reason he may be considered a problem has a lot more to do than just with Ronaldo as a player and setter. It has to do with the financial situation, has to do with the players we've lacked because of that, and everything else that goes along with it. But I understand what you're saying. Let me just give 2 more. Joseph said, "Hey, my man, finally made it to live again. I dig the shirt, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Tonino." Actually, guys, I apologize because Joseph just showed up, but I do have to end it. I've got to head to work right now. I'm going to change the shirt, obviously, to get to work. But yeah, Giuseppe is Beppe. So that's why they call him that. Anyway, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Make sure, if you're just tuning in now, go restart it from the beginning. We had a good live stream with you guys. I enjoyed hanging out with you all. But this is the big news, and if you weren't here earlier, you didn't hear it. The big news is tomorrow. I know, Joseph, I'm sorry. I see it right now. The big news is tomorrow at 11 p.m. Juve time. So if you're in the United States, for me, it'll be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be having Juve, Giuseppe Bognani will be joining the channel. We'll be hanging out. We'll be talking, your 2 favorite bald guys with beards. We'll be hanging out talking our favorite thing, which is Juve football, the season upcoming, as well as other things we want to talk about. We'll be hanging out, so make sure you join us for the live tomorrow. Appreciate you guys so much for joining us. Thank you all so much. Make sure if you're, like I said, if you're new here, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button as well. Also hit the bell icon to stay notified for all our videos, especially for the live that's coming up tomorrow. Then also make sure, what was I saying? Oh yeah, follow Bianconeri on Twitter and Instagram. Also follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.